It's Wednesday, March 10th, 2021. Well, another incredible record-breaking day on Wall Street today. Dow Jones sets a new record, closes up in the positive 464 points with all the incredible good news. The House passes another $1.9 trillion of stimulus. So I guess all I can say is enjoy the party, ladies and gentlemen, because what we are witnessing is incredible. It's almost laughable what we're watching take place, watching these markets continue to set new records based on more people losing jobs, based on less manufacturing, based on more people going hungry and homeless, more wealth inequality, more opportunity inequality. But the stock market doesn't care that we're losing 900,000 jobs a week. By the way, we will get the jobless claims tomorrow for last week. I expect them to be around 700,000 first-time jobless claims last week. We'll see where that number comes in tomorrow, but it's going to be another staggering number, which nobody will talk about. No one on these business channels will talk about, and nobody on Wall Street even cares about, because Wall Street and the real economy are completely detached. But getting back to this stimulus, this is all that the stock market cares about. It cares about that next massive injection because it is addicted to the Fed. A family of four, that's two parents, two kids, can receive up to $5,600 in stimulus. My question is, where's this money going to come from? And how is it ever going to be paid back? And what kind of consequences are we going to suffer down the road here with all this debt creation and money that will never be paid back, money that cannot be paid back? Again, I expect that we're going to see another 700,000 first-time jobless claims filed last week, more and more people losing work. And of course, most of you know that the job recovery that we are watching take place is happening in the leisure and hospitality sector, where people are making $8, $10, $12, $15 an hour. How is America going to recover from this crisis on $10 or $12 an hour with jobs in the leisure and hospitality sector? But before I go on, please comment down below. Many will receive their stimulus check this month, by the end of this month. How are you going to spend it? Will you be buying gold? Will you be buying silver? Will you be buying cryptos? Will you be paying down your debt? Or will you be going to Walmart and buying a big screen? Will you be buying new Nikes? Will you just be spending it? Or maybe will you be saving it? Love to know what you're going to do with it. Please comment down below. 10-year bond yield today falls to 1.52%. The Fed must be buying a massive amount of treasuries. Ladies and gentlemen, this thing is so controlled, so manipulated. Again, it's laughable, it's funny, but at the same time, it's very, very concerning, and it's getting very, very scary. Watching these markets literally melt up every day, watching these bubbles expand every day, and you just wonder, is tomorrow going to be the day when some of this starts to burst? When is it going to burst? People always ask me. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm certainly not a fortune teller. I'm not a prophet. I'm just somebody here paying attention to what's going on and trying to connect the dots. But look, it's not a matter of if, it is a matter of when this all happens. And as I said on an earlier video, time is one of the most valuable assets you have, and use it wisely. One of the worst things you could be doing right now is wasting your time, not using it in a constructive way to prepare for what's coming. I cannot stress enough, as people are completely being bamboozled and fooled watching these business channels. Everybody is telling people to just get in, jump into this casino, don't worry about debt, run up your credit cards, go buy a new car, get into these markets and gamble. It's almost like they are just suckering people in before they pull the bottom out. And I don't know how much longer this has, ladies and gentlemen, but the longer it goes on, the worse it is going to be when it hits. So a family of four could receive up to $5,600. And I ask myself, a family of four, $5,600. When you look at the price of gas right now, when you go to the grocery store, when you look at what rent is costing people, or a mortgage payment, a car payment, how far does $5,600 go for a family of four? A month? I mean, It's unbelievable what we are witnessing. It's almost like they think that $5,600 is going to save your life. $5,600 for a family of four, that's going to take care of a family of four, maybe for a month. So I think people are making a lot more out of this stimulus than should be made out of it. And remember that you're just getting the crumbs. The majority of this money is to go bail out bankrupt cities and states and municipalities. It is not going to help you. $5,600 for a family of four. Wow. You talk about crumbs. That's crumbs for a family of four. Yet look at the billions. LA County, right out here in California, LA County will get $2 billion. The state here in California is going to get $26 billion. And your family of four will get $5,600. If you're an individual and you're even eligible for this, you'll get a whopping $1,400. So if you're renting an apartment, you got a car payment, you need to pay your expenses, your food, $1,400 is nothing. $1.9 trillion in relief is expected to add juice to the economy. And I believe that the juice will be very, very short-lived. Yes, people will spend. Yes, people will gamble some of this money on the stock market. But many people, I believe, will save it. Many people are going to pay down their debt. Many people are not going to go and blow it on a big screen. Many people are going to continue to pay down their credit cards. But the masses in general will go out and gamble it and blow it. And again, I would love to know your thoughts and what you're going to do with the $1,400. If you have a family of four and you're getting $5,600, love to know what you're going to do. So many people are so drunk with this euphoric stock market, they can't even see straight. But we got to get back to the basics and just use common sense here. You cannot consume what you do not produce. People are not producing anything. All they're doing is consuming. They believe that they can print America. The government believes it can print America back to prosperity. This is 100% false. It will not work. You cannot buy yourself out of debt. It is not going to happen. They can continue to try and put off the inevitable, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they're doing, but it is not going to work. If all they have to do is print, then why are we even paying taxes? Why are people starving? Why are people homeless? Why do 12 million people have a threat now being evicted from their apartments? Why do 3 million people have a threat now of being foreclosed on because they're in forbearance? If we could just print money out of thin air, well, why doesn't the government just give everybody enough money to pay off their houses? In fact, why don't they just give us all enough money? We'll all go buy a new house. We'll all go out and buy a Lambo. We'll all have $1 million in our bank account. Why don't they just print enough money for everybody to be a millionaire? But they don't do that because that's not how it works. But people are literally buying into this myth right now that everything is going to be free, that they're going to have no consequences here. If you think you're going to have a prosperous life by waiting for the government to send you money and to feed you, you're not going to have a very good life. We are losing opportunity. The average American is losing his or her wealth. And that's just a fact. Look at the amount of people who have gone through their retirement savings, their personal savings, people living off of credit cards, people living off of payday loans. Look at the standard of living. Look how many people have been decimated in the middle class. People are going broke just to try and stay in the middle class. The same people that believe that this myth of getting free money, that this is going to last forever and this is going to be the new way, these are the same people right now that are being wiped out. They're the same people who are going to lose everything. They are the same people who are going to lose during this wealth transfer. They're losing their wealth right now, but believe everything is going to be okay because the government is going to give them free money. They're believing everything that the television is telling them, that everything's going to be okay. Gamble your money in cryptos, gamble your money in the stock market. Everything's going to be okay. Don't worry about not having a job. Don't worry about acquiring debt. Everything's going to come back. Everything's going to be fine. If you believe in this, if you believe in this myth, if you believe in these lies, I truly believe you're going to be in very, very big trouble. Peter Schiff says this. Think about it. If you don't create anything, if you don't have a job, the government just prints money and gives it to you. Now you spend it, you contributed nothing, yet you're drawing from the supply of goods and services that you didn't help to expand. So it's pure inflation, and this guarantees that prices are going to go up. That's the hedge today. The stimulus package won't cut poverty. It will accelerate. This is a very good article. If you get a couple minutes, check it out. And remember, do your own homework, do your due diligence. Don't take my word for any of this. Research it. Knowledge is power. And there's never been a more important time right now to really be absorbing knowledge and to really be critically thinking for yourself and to be self-sufficient. Get out of this system, ladies and gentlemen. All of this money printing doesn't seem to reduce the gap in wealth inequality. That is a fact. The bottom 50% of Americans own just 1% of the wealth. 13.4 million families right here in America have a negative net worth. So the so-called wealthiest nation in the world, 13.4 million families have a negative net worth. Doesn't matter how many checks you send to those 13.4 million families, it won't pull them out of this dire situation that they are in. Checks help for a short period of time, a short while, but it's not stopping poverty. You know why? Because people need real jobs. They need to be producing and manufacturing. They need opportunity. They need real wages. Sitting at home, dependent on a check, is the worst thing you can do. And we are watching this massive stimulus. We've been watching money printing going on since at least 2008. And I see more poverty than ever. I see less opportunity than ever. And I see more wealth inequality than ever. The official data is telling us that inflation is less than 1.5%. But we all know that it's anywhere from 6 to 12%, maybe even higher in your area. The purchasing power of the dollar is being eroded, ladies and gentlemen. This is all fact. The wealthy hold assets and they are getting wealthier. Those not holding investable assets, those holding massive debt, credit cards, massive auto payments, massive mortgage debt, these people are getting more poor. And these are going to be the losers during this wealth transfer. We have now injected nearly $6 trillion in a single year. And all it has done is accelerate the problem. And this is going to be extra destructful for the middle class and for the poor. They can tell you that money printing is going to save the economy, that it's going to save America. They can tell you that they're cutting poverty. They can tell you that there's no inflation. They can tell you that gold's a barbarous relic. They can tell you that saving money and getting out of the system is bad. You should be in the system. You should be gambling in these markets. You should be running up debt. But what happens to you? What happens to your family? What's going to happen to your wealth, your pension, etc., when all of the magic tricks, when all the fast talk and all the promises that they made don't work? Be very cautious, ladies and gentlemen. Things look really, really good at the party right now. The music is playing. People are dancing. Not a care in the world. People are making a lot of money in these markets. But most of America is paying the price. And while the 1% continue to melt these markets up, inflate these bubbles into places we've never seen before, it's going to be the 99% that pay the price here. This thing is going to come down extremely hard, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to see multiple bubbles at the same time burst, and America is going to be at a point in history that it has never seen before. We are no doubt in uncharted waters. These are the most uncertain times we have ever seen economically. And right now, you must be self-sufficient, because when things crash, you can play the blame game, but it doesn't matter. What's going to matter is where are you at today? What do you own? What are you holding? And what are you going to do? Because you can blame the banks, you can blame the politicians, you can blame the hedge funds, you can blame whoever you want. But at the end of the day, the people that are going to play the blame game are going to be wiped out. And they'll have no recourse. Don't put yourself in that position because you're going to get nowhere. At that point, it doesn't matter whose fault it is. What matters at that point is survival and prospering during the worst of times. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I look forward to talking to all of you very, very soon. Please share this video and make sure that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. God bless.